Hey guys, Anime-kun here. In today's video, we're going to talk about the top 10 modern mecha anime. We talked about classic mecha anime on one of our videos before, so it's time to talk about the modern counterpart of this series. The mecha genre is quite underrated, with other genres such as isekai gaining more popularity. So we'll give some love to the mecha genre in this video. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos about anime. So, without further ado, let's begin. If you like Terran vs Zerg games in StarCraft, or just love seeing mechs get rough with aliens, then this one is for you. In an alternate 1983, Cold War Germany, aliens of different classes and varieties, generally named Beta, have landed on Earth in an attempt to wipe out all of the living. The story follows 2nd Lieutenant Theodore Aberbach and the 666th Squadron, specialized in counter-attacking laser-class Beta, and is your ever-dedicated kind of unit who would value mission over their life. And, as usual as human interactions may go, the Betas may not be their only enemies, as the unit swirl down a mix of other units and human politics as things get complicated with the arrival of a rookie in the squadron named Katya Waldheim. As far as the mecha goes, the designs are standardized per unit as how military type of mechas usually would. That said, there is a lot of variety in terms of weaponry like blades, shields, missiles, and guns, and how their pilots would use it against those who stand in their way. Alba Watasa is your typical high school student, but one day, he suddenly gets targeted by a giant mecha. He is later saved by his classmate named Hina, but things just took a weird turn of events when Hina revealed that she and the enemy robot are both from the future. In order to save Alba from the incoming threat, Hina sends Aoba 70 years to the future while saying that Dio is waiting for him. Alba wakes up inside the cockpit of a mecha known as Valiancers and sees a chaotic scene where mechas are fighting each other. Just as things were about to get worse, he suddenly showed a high compatibility with a pilot named Dio, so they performed a successful coupling which enhanced their abilities and managed to fend off the enemy. They managed to survive the situation, but Dio is suspicious of Alba because he doesn't know him, or even Hina for that matter. Why did Hina say that Dio is waiting for him? Who is Hina, and can someone explain what just happened? Well, you'll have to watch the anime to find out. Heavy Object is a kind of anime that has a unique take on the mecha genre, as this one veers away from the norm of using human-modeled mecha in the military. While most go for humanoid robots, Heavy Object goes with metal tanks called objects, known for a huge spherical feature and tons of cannons. Each nation's power is boasted through their objects, and their deployment carries with them victory as it mows down traditional military. The anime follows Quenther Barbotage, a student that studies object design, and Javier Winchell, a radar analyst, serving the legitimate kingdom's 37th Mobile Maintenance Battalion, tasked in supporting the Baby Magnum, one of the nation's objects. One unfortunate battle led the duo to the most awful situation any infantry can get into: standing face to face against a humongous enemy object. Their struggles, however, may not be in vain, as they may be the one to turn the tide of things and change how many perceive the seemingly insurmountable power of objects. And that battle may not be their last impossible situation that they have to face. I'm sure a lot of you know about this anime already, because it's about our waifu, Zero 2. For those of you who don't know about this anime yet, then it's mainly about how Zero 2 shows she's the best girl in the winter 2018 release of anime, and how Ichigo is so jealous of Zero 2. On a more serious note though, the anime takes place in the distant future, where children are raised to pilot giant mechas known as Franks to fight against their enemies known as Klaxosaurs. Hero wanted to be a pilot, but lost his confidence when he failed the aptitude test. He then met Zero 2 swimming on a lake, which is known infamously as the partner killer. While Hero is contemplating about his life, their base is attacked, and Zero 2 enters the scene to fight against the creature. The partner of Zero 2 unfortunately died, but Hero decided to pilot the Franks together with Zero 2 to defeat the enemy with ease. Hero becomes Zero 2's darling, but how was Hero able to pilot the Franks successfully? The hypergate on the moon allowed humans to teleport to Mars, and those who stayed found a technology called Aldonoa, which led to the foundation of the Verse Empire, declaring war against Earth. The battle on the moon, later called Heaven's Fall, caused the explosion of the hypergate, destroying the moon and causing an uneasy ceasefire. 15 years later, the flames of war were ignited again as high school student Inoue Kazuka witnessed a plotted assassination of the Verse Empire's princess, Asalem Verse Alicia, who came to Earth in hopes of mending the ties between Verse and Earth. The story follows Inoue Kazuka in what would often be a David vs. Goliath clash of robots called Cataphracts. Earth, having no access to Aldonoa, operate Cataphracts that are subpar to the few version Cataphracts given only to the elite knights, but are surely overpowered. Couple of years ago, Earth met its demise from the alien race Gauna that has been pursuing the remnants of humans who narrowly escaped by sending across the galaxy a number of gigantic seed ships. Year 3394, Sidonia, one of the seed ships, seems to be having a peaceful life in a way that even the existence of Gauna is doubted. Nagatatani Kaza, while searching for food on the upper levels, unfortunately gets dragged to an unfortunate turn of events that cleared any shroud of doubt as to the alien's existence. Now, along with his fellow soldiers and friends, they have to undertake a timeless task of defending Sidonia, their home. What's different with this anime is that they never know what exactly they are fighting, as the Gauna can adapt to any shape or life form. Sometimes as normal as the size of humans, sometimes as large as planets. That's to say that death is just around the corner for any of the characters present in the anime, so it might be a bit better not to get attached to any character for that matter. Leto has been a soldier in the galaxy for practically most of his life, fighting alien species called He-Dios in an interstellar war to protect and gain rights to live in humans' galactic home, Avalon. And what would have been his ticket to earn the privilege of getting a glimpse of Avalon, misfortune arises and the fleet is forced to retreat erratically, causing an accident that displaced Leto to the landless Earth. The origin of humankind that has been long abandoned. He ends up in a congregation of ships called Gargantia, a haven of humans with less advanced civilization and a whole organizing system different to his. Leto may just find that the battle against He-Dios is just the tip of the iceberg, and there is a lot more to discover about humankind's secrets. Susei no Gargantia is one mecha anime that incorporates a pilot assist system that fits well in the development of its plot, as well as a distinct take on the concept of aliens and humanity. Just as Leto found enemies in space, he might do so as well under the seas. Who doesn't want to see a mech-wielding samurai that is deeply committed to protecting the princess? Except that this person is not actually the princess. But hey, at least you get two identical waifus in this anime. I still prefer our female protagonist Yukina Shirahana though. Kenosuke is a samurai from the Sengoku era which has a deep grudge against invaders which took out his whole clan. He wakes up after 400 years of slumber and sees a girl to be what he thought as the princess. Upon closer inspection though, he realizes that he is not the princess whom he once served before. Weirdly enough, the mech responded to him only when Yukina was around. Apparently, the Black Relic, also known as the Kuro Makuro, requires two pilots to operate it. It's like Darling in the Franxx, but the positions are reversed where the girl is on the top. They have artifacts like the Black Relic to fight against these demons who have returned and will devour humans once more. Now how did Kenosuke survive for centuries? And is the princess really dead? 30 years after the Burnish caused great world blaze that annihilated half the human population, the fire-wielding mutants called Burnish have hidden their identities to try and live normal lives, despite still being hated and feared. Burning Rescue, a special firefighting unit, have also been created to deal with Mad Burnish, a terrorist group that commits arson to protest the oppression of the Burnish. After a confrontation with Mad Burnish, Burning Rescue rookie Galo Thymos is forced to examine what drives the Burnish to such extreme methods. Featuring the same creative team of Tenjin Toppa Gurren Lagann and Kill la Kill, Studio Trigger's latest movie Promare is a refreshing and visually stunning experience that is full of gripping action scenes, accompanied by epic soundtracks from start to finish. The key to enjoying this movie is to watch it without having high expectations for a fully invested plot and in-depth character development, but rather go along with the full package fun and absurdity the movie offers to its audiences. Ironblooded Orphans is arguably the most mature installment in the Gundam franchise because of its well-handled take of the effects of war and politics to the rights of the extremely less privileged. Set after a war between Earth and its colonies, the people of Mars suffer from harsh living conditions and are currently fighting for their independence through the leadership of a noblewoman named Cadelia Ina Bernstein. Cadelia hires the Christ Guard Security, or CGS in short, to escort her to Earth to begin informal talks between the Earth government and the Martian independence movement. The third group of the CGS, which composes of Orga Itsuka, Mikazuki August, and other abused Martian child soldiers, are chosen for this task. However, during an attempted assassination of Cadelia by Galliarhorn, an elite Earth military unit, Orga and Mikazuki draws the line from all the sufferings they have endured and begins their journey to forge a better path for themselves using the ancient mobile suit Gundam Barbatos. Iron-Blooded Orphans is definitely a show to invest time in whether you're a new or an old fan of the Gundam universe. Its memorable story, characters, world building and action scenes are perfectly executed even as a standalone installment. I hope you guys liked this video. If you want the classic version of the top 10 mecha anime tier series, then go check out my other video. There are just lots of hidden mecha gems out there that I would like to recommend. With that, consider leaving a thumbs up as well as subscribing if you want more anime content. Don't hesitate to also share your comments and suggestions down below. Stay tuned and I will see you guys soon.